I think she really emulated musical eras really well. And I think that's one reason why that, like I said, even though I didn't necessarily prefer it, the popular aspect to the second album, which I did see, by the way, that this is her fourth album and there's one in between. The theory is by what is 94 that this came out is that this is, I could totally see Sinead O'Connor, and I don't know this to be true, that she would have really gravitated towards like the grunge sound, you know, and this really has a fucking grungy sort of fucking feel to it, man. For more than half of my life, I've dreamed of Ireland, drawn to it in a way I can't explain. At first, it was the obvious, the scenic beauty, the music, the Guinness. Then over time, it became so much more. The vibe, the people, the history, and that's what hooked me. Also, clearly, I am not actually an Irishman.
Too sexy pose.
But on April 1st, 2026, the dream becomes a reality as I close up shop in the Smith Hole and take off on the adventure of my lifetime. Over the course of a year, I'll hike that beautiful island and tell its story, town by town. Each town I stop in, I'll conduct an interview in a pub with people that can tell the story of that particular town while discovering all the things. All the things you're supposed to do in Ireland, then all the things you don't know, like where the locals go. Basically, I'm going to try to make friends with an entire country. And if that goal doesn't sound lofty enough, I'm also going to attempt to learn the Irish language. If you'd like to support the project, basic Patreon support is only $3 a month. And if you're Irish and want to help me network and act as a liaison, hit me up. This is a huge bucket list goal, and I need all the help I can get. The Smitty Learns Irish Pubcast begins April 2026, and I can't wait. Sláinte. The Rock Radar, my attempt to open my rock and roll mind, find some new to me, old, new, who knows, find something on my radar to grow my love of rock and roll. And back to Sinead O'Connor. From a request from Witches to Mother You. I think that's my old man eyes fooling me. She said, you got to check out the album version of Fire on Babylon. By the way, trust me, so I'm trusting you. And I'm going to do that right now. Sinead O'Connor, been far too long since I've got to Sinead. Of course, the album reaction publicly on YouTube of her debut, The Lion and the Cobra. And then her follow-up, why is that escaping me? Nothing Compares to You is on it. That is available, that full album reaction available on Patreon as we speak. So, another one from Sinead O'Connor, Universal Mother from 1994. So this probably was the follow-up to, it's going to bug me if I don't find the name of that album right now. I Do Not Want What I Haven't Got. So that must be the follow-up to that. And I really wanted to check out what was next from her chronologically, so I'm going to do that now, at least a little bit. Fire on Babylon, let's roll. Ooh. This is fucking dirty already. First impressions are key. I really, really feel first impressions are key because, I haven't even posted clips promoting the last album reaction I did to YouTube yet, but I did it, I think, several months ago now. And there was one thing about it that I didn't really like, and that was just the sort of like poppy aspect to it all. I really definitely preferred the grittier punk rock almost vibe, darker vibe of the debut for sure. I really enjoyed the second album, but the vibe of it was not something I was really into. This is immediately way grittier, I feel like, than anything I heard on that previous album. That being said, let's continue first impressions, huh? vibe. Holy shit, you guys. This is fucking fantastic. Not to compare albums, I just said that I didn't prefer the poppier aspect to a lot of just the songwriting vibe necessarily from the last album. There were a lot of great songs on it. But this is just, there's that rhythm section, that fucking groove is so cool. And so I don't know if it's going to change at all through the entire song or if we're going to stay there, and I'm okay with either or. But that is fucking fantastic. What she's doing right there, I really wanted to take it back to the beginning. Honestly, I went to the album track listing, and I see that the intro to this album is the previous track, and it's like 37 seconds long. So I really almost wanted to hear the intro into the fucking song, but we're too far into that to do that to you now. But man, this is something else.
Oh yes, a change has come. Look what you did to her son. Fire, life's backwards. People turn around. The house is burnt, the children are gone.
Honestly, I have a theory. I think she was definitely I think she really emulated musical eras really well. And I think that's one reason why that, like I said, even though I didn't necessarily prefer it, the poppier aspect to the second album, which I did see, by the way, that this is her fourth album and there's one in between. Really going to have to get back to album reactions to Sinéad, so look for that. But the theory is, by what is this, 94 that this came out, is that I could totally see Sinead O'Connor, and I don't know this to be true, that she would have really gravitated towards like the grunge sound, and this really has a fucking grungy sort of fucking feel to it, man. I really could see her, because I mean that her first album was damn near grunge, just with that punk rock sort of dirty ass vibe to it, Sorry, I just have a dumb way of explaining things. Dirty ass vibe. It's just, you just kind of emote how it feels.
Oh yes, a change has come. Fire on Babylon. Fire.
It's the way she trailed off. Ooh.
Look what you did to her son. Look what you did to her son. Fire. Fire.
Yes.
Fire on Babylon. Fire on Babylon.
Yeah, really didn't shift that groove throughout the whole song, and it didn't matter. It was just so cool. I really like that electronic element that they brought in, and man, that's top notch Sinead O'Connor. That's top notch rock and roll right there, man. What she is able to do vocally is pretty astounding. I don't know that I've really heard many people ever be able to do what I've heard her do, and especially since I've done this Rock Radar thing, discovering new artists from outside of the United States, especially. I think it's easy to say she might be one of the fucking best singers I've ever heard in my entire life. That's why I love doing this shit. I knew Sinead O'Connor before, but I only knew Nothing Compares to You. But really, just to get into the artist and really start to just think about their contributions and think about all of those things too is pretty fucking cool. And I'm fucking glad I am. And I'm glad you're here with me for that journey through space.